So who is Amazon's biggest rival? The answer may surprise you. Let's go now to Raleigh, North Carolina, where we find Scott Wingo. He is with Channel Advisors, an e-commerce technology company. He's the co-founder and executive chairman. Nice to see you.
Hey, Rhonda. Thanks for having me today.
So you've got a rather interesting answer to that question I posed.
Yeah, what's really interesting is, first of all, a huge area of investment for Amazon right now is called Amazon Prime Now. And that's where in 24 cities, which actually gives them coverage of about half of the US population, they're doing this next hour and then 2 hour plus delivery program. It's a separate app called Amazon Prime Now. We kind of abbreviated APN just because Amazon Prime Now is a mouthful. And what's interesting about Amazon Prime Now is the delivery system is not FedEx or UPS or anything like that. It's independent drivers that are contractors, so they're on 1099, and that system that Amazon has developed is called Flex, F-L-E-X, and you can learn more about it at flex.amazon.com. So Amazon has built out this 24-city army of drivers that are delivering packages very much in an Uber kind of a way.
Because Uber, of course, is moving from just taking me down the road to a restaurant. It's also trying to branch out its business, and that's where you see the intersection.
Yeah, I think these companies could be on a collision course, and there's kind of the three Ps, and they're each kind of going through here at different ways. So Uber has gone people, and then I say pizza for food, and then packages. And then Amazon is going packages. They've added food in those 24 cities. In 7 cities, they'll actually go by popular restaurants and also bring you food. So they're kind of already at packages and pizza. Now, Amazon hasn't done people, but I think it's interesting. There's a famous Jeff Bezos quote that says, "Your margin is my opportunity." And I think once this fleet of drivers gets large enough, there's nothing that stops Amazon from also offering to move people around.
So if these two rivals actually start to go head to head, who wins? Is it Amazon?
Well, the thing that's interesting is if you think about the economics, and we kind of started Uber, the way Uber works is they charge you for the ride, and then they take 30% and they pass 70% on to the driver. And what's interesting about that is from how much can they pay a driver. So your average Uber driver, depending on if they're Uber Rush or not, and the fancier services, they make somewhere between $15 and $30 an hour, let's say. The challenge is route optimization and density of buyers, and you don't know who needs an Uber or where they're going beforehand. Now, if we think about Amazon, the way the economics work is they have a centralized fulfillment facility in each of those 24 cities, so you know where the product is at the beginning point. They get enough density and they say, all right, we need a driver, and then the driver comes and gets 5 to 10 packages, let's say. And what that allows them to do, and then they know where the packages are going, so they know the different zip codes. So they can get a lot more density in the car and a lot tighter route because they know before and after where every package is going. And they can carry more packages than you can people. So imagine they get, let's call it 10 packages. Amazon's charging a $5 tip for each delivery. So let's say that's kind of 10 deliveries in there. So that's $50. And then they're also paying the folks, let's say on average $5 a delivery. So that's kind of $100 for that carload. And if they can do that in 2 or 3 hours, I think the economics end up being better for packages than they do for people. And then what that allows you to do, if you're Amazon, is then to be able to use that as the primary economic driver, and then say to the drivers, well, maybe we'll only take 10% of if you're moving people around, because we know we're going to make a good margin from you. We make the bulk of our savings from you on packages. So, and then Uber, I think, would have to come at it from the other way, where they're kind of saying, all right, you're driving people around and you're making, call it $20 an hour from that. How can we get you a little bit more? And they're starting to do food and then packages. The challenge with the Uber package delivery is it's very one-off. It's kind of saying, and it's only in a couple of cities. But so someone says, okay, I would like to get a package from Bloomingdale's delivered from uptown to downtown. That's the kind of thing they do, but that's a very one-off kind of a thing where you don't have that density kind of happening. So it's lots of merchants spread around all of the cities with different endpoints, whereas Amazon's a centralized kind of a solution.
It's fascinating in terms of where this thing might go. Scott Wingo, we're glad you shared this theory with us. Thanks.
Thanks for having me today.
I'm Rhonda Schaffler for The Street.